Hello and welcome to episode 178 of Fiber Town. We are glad you're here. This is Alice. She wanted to say hello. My name is Emily, and if you are new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. This, as I said, is 178, and it's almost our 4-year podiversary. So today is Thursday, the 19th of January, 2017. And I have some woolly things to show you and chat about. So Alice wanted to come up. I said your name. It's so exciting when I say your name. So we have a few businessy things, a couple of FOs, works in progress, sewing and spinning, random stuff, and acquisitions. One acquisition today. So businessy things. If your name is Willow Goldenrod, you won something last week and I haven't heard from you. So give me a ping and we will get you the thing you won. It's yarn. So I know you'll want that. I'm going to put you down, okay? Everyone else who won prizes, they have all gone out in the mail this morning. So be on the lookout. And those prizes are they were for the Comfort Along, which is now ended, and the Handspun Winter, which is still going on until the first day of spring. I have one thing for Handspun Winter that I'm working on. This is a handspun object. This is the Albers cowl, and I got this out today. I wanted to wear it, and it's all spindle and wheel spun yarns it's an Ann Weaver pattern. A lot of fun to make. So let's see. I wanted to also say thank you to Sarah S.E. Hepworth, who sent me a pattern called the Mia pattern. And this is a pattern that's being put out there to raise funds for the designer's nephew who is battling cancer, and he's a little wee guy. So if you're interested in supporting something like that, check out the Mia pattern. It's a really cute hat. And that's MIA. Sorry, Alice is now killing a toy. So I think that's pretty much it for businessy things, except for one little item. I decided to open an Etsy shop, very informally, at this point. And what I have put in there is, if I do say so myself, my gorgeous handspun yarn. Now, I will say that pricing it is interesting because I see it as a luxury item, especially when you consider that, it's all primo hand-dyed and hand-blended stuff. Into the World, Gourmet Stash, Highland Handmaids, Inglenook, Pigeon Roof Studios, Hobbledehoy. So already the base materials cost a bit of money. And then the spinning and the plying and the skeins. In general, I think what I've priced it at is a bargain. You may disagree, but I think it's pretty fair prices, except for you may be shocked at some of the stuff that has like yak and cashmere in it, because that is expensive to get, the base materials. So the cost reflects that. Let me show you just a wee bit of some of the things that are available. This is Pigeon Roof Studios. This is the Bridges colorway. This is one of the Luminosity projects. This is a yak blend, and I think this is 600, in the high 600s. It's all listed on my Etsy shop, which is Fibertown on Etsy, and the link is in my Instagram feed, which is Fibertown with an R-E. There's this. There's Maryland Mermaid by Gourmet Stash, which is sparkly, and I finally feel like I can let go of this color, just because my tastes have changed. The colors are amazing, but I just don't knit things with sparkle. Let's see, this is Rhinebeck. This is not in the shop. That had, I wasn't happy enough with the spinning to put that in the shop. But this one is Captain Tight Pants with, this is a Merino Cashmere Nylon blend. This is by Into the World, and it was a bat. It's a Falkland, I believe. Details are in the shop. Inglenook Bat, I think this one has Angora in it. It's got some sparkle as well. This one. Yeah, this is a Hobbledehoy. This is a very fine 2-ply. I think this is in the high 400s. Some of these I have a hard time parting with, but I have such a lot of handspun that you might be interested. So this is Highland Handmaid's. Color's not, it's really hard to capture, but it's got more green than is showing up, greens and blues. That was one of her club colorways. This is a hobbledehoy, chunky art bat stuff in there. Sari silk and all that good stuff. And then these two are also hobbledehoys. And I have gone through these skeins. I've opened them up. I've gone through them with a fine-tooth comb to look for blemishes and knots and that sort of thing. And none of these have knots, although I did note that this one in the shop has a couple of underspun spots, and I took pictures of them and showed them. So that's priced accordingly. Gorgeous. And then these two, I think this is about 500 yards of a nylon mohair wool. Really, really great for socks. And all the specs are in the shop. This one is not in the shop yet. This is another hobbledehoy. This is going to go in there eventually. And yeah, so if you're looking for handspun winter, you may find something that fits you or your needs in there. So again, the link is on my Instagram feed, and I'll put it in the down bar as well. All right, so that aside, let's talk FOs. I have two this week, but they're identical, and I've already sent one away in the mail. Kit Kat hats. This one's still kind of damp. Super cute when you put them on. This is the pattern by Andre Sunitz. I did not tack down the ears. I find that I like them just fine without the ears tacked down. So that's off the needles. And that is out of a new wool that I got at Looped Yarnworks, which I really loved. They were cleaned out of pink wool. This is Blue Sky Fibers wool stock. I kind of highly recommend this. It's 50 grams, 123 yards, fine Highland wool, Peruvian. And this is the quartz crystal colorway. A very versatile yarn, like 5 or 6 stitches per inch, maybe like a light worsted, but worked perfectly for me. So yeah, I really enjoyed knitting with that yarn. Really basic, nice yarn. So I do have mittens that are finally finished, and these are my design. There's the beginning of them. It's hard to get a close up. Ooh, and you can't even see the other color. But this is my design that's coming along, that's out to test knitters, and I'm very excited. One of them is finished, her first mitten already, and this will be mittens in 3 sizes. And they're out of Brooklyn Tweed Loft, and this is the Snowbound colorway. That's the top of them. So yeah, hopefully in a few weeks you'll see these for sale on Ravelry. It's been a lot of work putting something out that is various sizes, but it's been good. All right, works in progress. I really, because of the mittens and the Kit Kat hats, my knitting time has been monopolized. I really haven't touched much of anything else. I do have some Arnie and Carlos socks that, let's see, I think the heel has been turned. Yes, I turned it. Oh dear, I keep losing stitches off my needle. Great. Okay, the heel is turned. And this is the second. I think this is the Twilight colorway. Yes, Twilight color. Boom. So just I will probably knit a little bit on those this weekend. The other thing that was started is another Handspun winter item. This is some rainbow hobbledehoy. And these are going to be mitts. You guys, I'm just going to be so tired of knitting mitts and mittens. I was going to do these with the Clouds and Sky skein that I also spun, but it just looked weird. So I had to yank out most of the needles to use them on the thumb of one of my other mittens, so that'll get put back on the needles and worked on at some point. But yeah, my crochet blanket, my lovage sweater, what else have I been working on? Oh yeah, the Harry Potter gauntlets. They have seen zero action. So Yes, so this is going to be probably a pretty short episode, but I wanted to show you this. This might also go up in the shop. This is just a tie right here. This is Highland Handmaids. This is a club colorway from earlier this year, and this is Corriedale, and it's been gorgeous. I got 100 yards, plus this little mini skein, and really beautiful autumnal colorways. I don't remember the colorway name. Let's see, here it is. This was Fall In, so maybe September, October colorway, Corriedale Cross. 100 yards of 3-ply, a traditional 3-ply. It's got a nice hand, really gorgeous marling. Not marling, barber pulling. That's the term. So, I made one other bag this week. Here it is. And I'm getting tags made that have a logo on them, but this was just a little trial of a little tag I embroidered. And this is some hand woven stuff. So yeah, I will probably use this myself. I'm just making prototypes right now. It's just got a white muslin interior and a very sturdy kind of home deck fabric bottom. So, acquisitions, where'd it go? I have a book. Let's see, I was out with my husband on Sunday night. Both our children had social engagements, so we found ourselves by ourselves. And it was kind of shocking. I think that's going to happen more and more. Kind of exciting. So, and by social engagements, I mean, my daughter went to a friend's play and my son went to a sleepover. And we went to DC to Politics and Prose, and that is a really great bookstore on Connecticut Avenue, sort of towards the Maryland border. And the Herdy Shepherd was there early December signing his book. This is one of his books, and this is The Shepherd's View, and it's a lot of photos. He's a Herdwick shepherd in the Lake District, I believe, or is it called the Fells? Setting the scene, let me read to you. Lake District. I don't know if that's the same as the Fells or not. I know there are fells there. So I'll just read to you Herdwick, the cutest. I will read to you his little introduction. I am the luckiest man alive because I get to live and work in the most beautiful place on earth, Matterdale in the English Lake District. When I was a child, we didn't really go anywhere, except for a week on the Isle of Man when I was about 10 years old, and I never left Britain until I was 20. Even now, years later, the best bit of any traveling is coming home. So he's definitely traveling now. I mean, he was in DC and other places, and yay. So I saw this. I hadn't had the opportunity to go when he was there, but I still got an autographed copy. The chapters on his sheepdogs brought tears to my eyes, and I'm really, really, really enjoying reading about this. Hang on a sec. I haven't read this one. Don't Mention the Dead Sheep. Talks about the realities and heartaches and so forth of being a shepherd. So I think he talks a bit about Beatrix Potter as well. She championed the Herdwick breed, as well as, keeping the landscape intact. And this was the same place where she lived. So really interesting stuff. Okay. All right, so I am almost ready to say goodbye, and it's not even 15 minutes. So let me take just a second and talk to you about new podcasts that I have been enjoying. And they may or may not be new to you. So let's see what I've got here. Christy Glass Knits. She's had some really great interviews, and she is a YouTube channel. She has the Mason-Dixon knitting people on for an hour. I have not watched that one yet, but I'm going to be doing that. The Brownberry Chronicles I've enjoyed as well, and I'm just gonna mention names. I'm not going to do a whole lot of description because they're all equally great, and I might miss saying something that I meant to say. Dry voice today. Let's see. Interim Knits. I've enjoyed watching her. She is fresh and young and doing some things that I'm very jealous of in terms of learning farming and that sort of thing. What else is new out there? Oh, here's one. A Maker's Dream. She has 3 episodes out. She's a British lady. And her episodes seem to be spaced quite far apart. And it's more of a sewing podcast than knitting, but I think there is a bit of knitting as well. Ninja Chickens, you've probably heard of her as well. I'm enjoying watching her first 2 episodes. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing somebody else new. Oh, goodness. Yep, I think that's about it for now. Really enjoyed watching all of the Vogue Knitting Live vlogs. Let's see. Am I missing somebody? Subscriptions. I'm looking. This is thrilling podcasting, you guys. Oh my goodness. Another one you may already know of who's a sewing vlog is Gabardashery, another Brit. She's fun to watch. And let's see. A lot of these that are in my subscription feed I've had there for years and I enjoy watching. So I think there's really no one else new. Oh, yes, this one, Pins and Needles. You may also know her, another Brit. Mostly, well, I'd say it's 50-50 knitting, sewing, maybe a tiny bit more knitting than sewing. Yeah, I think that's about it. Okay. Yep. All right, so it gave me another 2 minutes of just scrolling through my phone. All right, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful handspun winter. And if you're interested, check out the Fibertown Etsy shop. I'll put the link down there. And you all take care till next time. Bye.